Hey, what's up, God's people and fellow ambassadors? Welcome back to the Ambassadors channel, where here it is all about motivating you, the people of God, to be true disciples of Jesus Christ. If this is your first time tuning in, I want to say thank you very much for doing so. Do me a favor, watch this video all the way to the end, and don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, as well as go back and check out some of my previous videos in the past and let me know what you think about those as well. And once again, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. All right, so today I just want to share with you what I have been learning from the book of Exodus concerning the enemy. And when I say the enemy, I am referring to the devil and all his imps and cohorts and so forth, and the whole army that he has assigned to you and trying to take you down and destroy you. And so in reading Exodus, I was able to just get some insight. I thank God for the Holy Spirit that leads us and guides us and teaches. So in this insight, what I've learned is that the enemy is very relentless. The enemy is very relentless when it comes to trying to bring you back into captivity or bring you into captivity and confusing you and cause you to have all kind of different thoughts and just question who you are, your identity, your integrity, your even your very faith in God. And so the enemy does certain things very strategically, and he's very persistent and patient in doing that. Let's take a look at the book of Exodus and see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so when we take a look at Exodus chapter 1, not just chapter 1, the first few chapters, we can see that Pharaoh was very relentless in going after the children of Israel and pursuing them to bring them into captivity, to bring them into bondage, to put confusion and fear upon them. He was very relentless in doing that, and he did that out of fear. He went after them because he saw their potential. Well, how do I know this? Let's take a look at Exodus chapter 1 and verse 9 and see what it has to say. So in Exodus chapter 1 verse 9, here's what it says. It says, and he said to his people, this is Pharaoh speaking to the Egyptian now. He said, and he said to his people, look, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come, let us deal shrewdly with them, lest they multiply, and it happen in the event of war, that they also join our enemies and fight against us. So here it is. He noticed that they were multiplying, and they was increasing, and they were being fruitful. Fruitful meaning basically whatever they touch, whatever they put their hand to, that it was being prosperous, and they were multiplying in their prosperity and growing exceedingly, and was becoming a large nation, a massive group of people. And so out of fear, the Pharaoh says, we need to do something about this, and decide to put them in bondage. But he did not do that overnight. He couldn't have done it overnight. And that's the way the enemy works. See, he knows your potential. He's afraid of your potential. And so he will bring things your way, not all at once, little by little. He'll bring things your way to confuse you, to distract you, to pull you away from the Bible, pull you away from believers, pull you out of the church, and try to get you isolated so he can have his way with you. And so with the children of Israel, he was very persistent in doing just that. Well, first he assigned taskmasters. And when he assigned taskmasters and noticed that did not really work very well, because the first group of taskmasters he assigned, the children of Israel just multiplied even the more. So that didn't work out. And once that didn't work out, he added on to that, right? He even made their burdens even the more stressful, even the more bitter by assigning the midwives to destroy all the newborn baby boys. And so that's compound upon what he's already done, right? So first he started out with assigning taskmasters. That didn't work out. Next he had secret meetings with the midwives to destroy the newborn male child, the freshborn babies out of the womb. That didn't work out too well. The next thing he did was that he talked to all his people. He made a declaration. And he declared for all the children, for all the people, to destroy all the newborn baby boys, all the male child that was in Israel. And so you see, this is why I say that he's relentless in trying to stop you, because he's afraid, the devil that is afraid of your potential. And he doesn't throw one thing at you. If the first thing don't work, he's going to throw something else at you. And if that don't work, he's just going to keep compounding and compounding and compounding and compounding things until he gets you right where he wants you, which is doing his will and trying to carry out his purpose. But I'm here to tell you, and I want to encourage you, that this is one of the reasons why we as believers, we as disciples, we as Christians, that we have to know what the enemy is up to and be relentless ourselves. In the book of James, it tells us that, that we must resist the enemy and he will flee. Resist the enemy and he will flee. Why? It doesn't matter how old you are, how long you've been a believer, whether you just born yesterday, how long you've been a Christian, how long, it doesn't matter. The enemy is still after you, and he's still persistent in trying to bring you back into captivity. And so we have to be persistent in being obedient to the things of God, obedient in following God, obedient in following the scriptures. Pharaoh did all of this just to bring the children of Israel into captivity. Not only that, this was strategic. The enemy is also strategic in his attempt to bring you back into captivity. As I said earlier, that all of this doesn't happen at once. It doesn't happen at once. It's incremental steps that is taken. There's a plan that the enemy has. There's a long range plan, a mid range plan, a short term plan, just for you that the enemy has. He's not going to bring the big trap just in front of you, because it will be too obvious. It takes little by little by little by little by little things, and before you know it, he have you right where he wants you. So I want to encourage you to be very mindful of the enemy's devices. Be very careful of what you're spending your time doing. Be very careful of what you're listening to. Be very careful of the entertainment that you involve yourself with, because you may think it's okay right now. You may think it's okay to listen to this. You may think it's okay to engage yourself in certain activity at this point. But the enemy is surely, little by little, he is pulling you in and trying to bring you back into captivity. He used simple things, things that you would never think of. He used these things to pull you away, to keep you busy from focusing on God, to where we compromise our way out of a true relationship with God, to where we're trying to, fit God in, as opposed to, having everything else revolving around God. So again, I'm Tyrone, the ambassador. I hope you enjoy this, quick lesson that I'm sharing with you, because I'm learning this as well, and I just wanted to share with you guys. God bless.